Mr. George Benson here live in the studio of Radio 6. Welcome.
Hey, thank you.
This was Esperanza Spalding, of course, and she was playing for 40 minutes. A fantastic song, radio song. And you were listening and you said right away, hey, I made her famous, right?
Actually, she made herself famous. But yeah, she worked with us in the early days of her career when she started coming out of, I think she's from Seattle, Washington or somewhere. But she went on a trip to Brazil. And, you know, that was very fitting because her music has a touch of Brazil, you know. And she understands Portuguese. So she's an incredible artist. To see her playing a bass and singing at the same time. Yeah. The upright bass is phenomenal.
It's fantastic. Esperanza Spalding was het. En hier in de studio dus George Benson.
De beste soul en jazz. Live vanaf North Sea Jazz. Dit is Radio 6.
Ja, het is toch wat hier in de studio gewoon weer een van de grootste legendes die we toch op de aardbol hebben rondlopen op dit moment. George Benson, ik ga er helemaal niks over zeggen. Je weet het, je kent het, je hebt het al je hele leven gehoord. Ik ga heel eventjes, Mr. George Benson, if you excuse me, because I want to go outside. Because if you turn around, you see there are many people standing out there trying to say something to you. En Meike is daar. En Meike, oh sorry hoor, moet ik wel de goede schuif openzetten. Oh, and everybody is waving and doing. Meike, naast wie sta je?
Ik sta naast Odette uit Amersfoort. Echt waanzinnig fan van George Benson. Al haar hele leven. Een paar jaar geleden heb ik nog bij Gala gestaan van hem. En ik voel nog steeds het zweet zijn zweet op mijn lichaam. Ja. Odette, daar is je grote held.
Het is een ontmoeting met 3 centimeter plexiglas ertussen. Dit is it's a bit awkward, Mr. Benson, maybe, but... Ik zou zeggen, iedereen thuis, kijk ook eventjes radio6.nl Visual Radio om te zien wat hier gebeurt. Meike, die ene vraag, wat wil ze vragen?
Odette, jij grote held, 1 meter van je vandaan. Wat wil je tegen me zeggen?
This is the greatest day of my life. I like your song. Your song so much. I like your songs. You are so great. I grew up with your music. I was 14 years when I heard your music. The first time. I always listen to your music. When I am down, I'm always putting your music up so I feel the strength to to solve my problems.
Dankjewel.
Dankjewel. He's saying thank you. Yes.
Odette, je kan 1 ding vragen aan George Benson. Wat is die vraag?
When are you coming back to Holland? Give me the number. Thank you. Thank you for such a great show. Thank you very much.
Alsjeblieft.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Benson, what did you say exactly? Because people didn't hear that.
Oh, well,
you said just call me? No,
I said just call me. I'll be back.
Okay,
this is one of the greatest events in music in the world. So everybody is familiar with the North Sea, and we like the move that you've made from Den Haag, which was for years a place we loved coming to. But this is now turning into that same kind of vibe that everybody wants to be here and see all of the great venues of music with some of the world's greatest artists. Not some of them, all of the world's greatest artists coming here to North Sea. So thank you for inviting us. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here. To mention one, Miles Davis, for example, James Brown, people played here at the North Sea Jazz Festival. You're in that same league of legends.
Thank you.
Most of them aren't here anymore. Doesn't ever hit your face that you think, oh my God, I'm the last standing.
Well, I was here with all of them. I played with Miles, and James Brown was my friend. Miles was my friend too. Dizzy Gillespie, I missed them all. Stan Getz, the last time I saw him, we were at the Bellevue Hotel together, and we all had a great time. I substituted for Ella Fitzgerald here at North Sea with the Count Basie Orchestra. So I've had a great experience here, and it cannot be replaced. But I see the new generation. You yourself are one of them. You look very young to me, my friend.
I'm going to be very humble now. No, don't say that. I am young, but no. No, but for example, Esperanza Spalding is an example of the new generation. Do you listen a lot to new music as well? Do you have the time for that?
I have to pay attention to what's new because that's tomorrow. They're bringing in what's going to happen to all of us in the near future.
Because you have a story to tell, the story to tell. You have experience to give to other people, but you're touring a lot.
And that's the one that gives me the information I need to be able to relate to what was and what is and what's coming up today. And this young lady Esperanza is setting a fine example of what the way we're heading. She's one of the artists that's a shaker and a mover.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud to have seen her in the early days. I think she's made some progress. Not that she needed to, but she has. She's growing musically, and I think setting a fine example.
Is there another, or is it possible at all to have a new George Benson in the future? Is there a new talent you think, hey, that's the new one?
I've heard a lot of incredible guitar players, so I know that the future is safe. Guitar will be in our future. I hope that some of them will use all of their talents. See, I was forced to go back to my old talent, which was singing, but I'm glad that I did because I gained so many more friends.
You say forced. Why forced?
Well, because people had such respect for me as a guitar player, and they kept encouraging me. They said, George, you're going to be the next this, you're going to be the next that. Mm-hmm. And I was shooting for that. I practiced almost every day. Mm-hmm. Mainly because I love the instrument. I love the guitar. I love to hear anybody play it. But after a while, someone heard me sing, and they produced a record that became Record of the Year. My first big single was This Masquerade, and it became Record of the Year. Now people were saying, hey, sing, sing, sing. So I started singing and created a big riff in the jazz world. But that's what life is all about. If you don't venture, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to gain anything. You're not going to see what's possible. And the world isn't made of one idea. It's made of a collection of ideas. And then out of that, that's the variety that we feed on every day. And that's what keeps our minds alive and keeps our spirit alive.
What would have happened if you decided to specifically just play guitar? Say, no, I'm not going to sing. I'm just going to stick to what I do. Guitar.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I had about 10,000 guitar players breathing down my neck.
The competition is stiff, you mean?
Yeah. And I saw them, and I was happy to be, in that category of things and being part of the upper echelon guys. I had great experience. I hung out with Wes Montgomery and Jim Hall, Barney Kessel, and I listened a lot to the great Django Reinhardt. So I was confident that I had a future that was going to be something that would leave a historic footprint with my name on it. But the singing and the guitar became a challenge to me. How do I save my guitar career and not lose the value of vocals? Because vocals are very valuable. They bring in so many more people.
Yeah.
They get a lot more exposure. So somehow or another, I've been able to manage it. We've sold almost 70 million records, and we have 10 Grammy Awards. So I'm not suffering from anything.
No.
And I'm not bragging either, because that's not what got us here. What got us here is very hard work and association with all the great festivals of the world, including this one. This is where I met all of the great heroes at one time.
Yeah. Incredible.
Dizzy Gillespie.
Good to hear and good to point out again, because we tend to forget, of course, the history.
That's true.
It's true. Mr. Benson, we're going to play some music from your show, and you can choose. Is it going to be Never Give Up the Good Thing, or Turn Your Love Around, or Let Me Love You One More Time? You can choose. The people outside say the last one.
Let me love you one more time. Yeah, that one, please.
Can you just stay here for the rest of the night? I know you might be busy, baby, but it could be really fun.
We're on our way to Paris.
To Paris? Yeah, yes. That's the next stop. Thank you so much, Mr. George Benson. Maybe people outside, geef nog even een hartelijk applaus voor George Benson, dames en heren.
Alsjeblieft.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.